How to get the most out of Singapore Universal Studios.
We're inside now and this place is absolutely massive.
Hello and welcome to our guide to Singapore's Universal Studios. In this video, we will show you how to make the most out of your trip so you can enjoy the park to its fullest. We will also show you our route around the theme park, where we stop for food and our favorite rides that you shouldn't miss. Before we begin, I upload content regularly, so don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button. Also, feel free to leave a comment below if you found this guide useful. Let's begin. In comparison to other Universal Studios we've been to, Orlando and Japan, Singapore is a lot smaller, which may be a good thing, because you might be able to finish and try majority of the park's attractions. So how do you get there? I think the best option getting there is by taxi. From our hotel, it was about a 15-minute drive, which costed us 12 Singapore dollars. You can also take the metro, which is very easy to navigate and inexpensive. When you get there, similar to all Universal Studios, there's a main entrance, and behind this is an area where you have shops and restaurants on both sides. I would say skip all of this, save it till last, because depending on what time and day you arrive at, it'll be very busy and you might want to try to do as much as you can.
Where shall we go first?
Anywhere you want, Tony.
You will arrive at a fork, and at this point we took the right route first, because we wanted to get to the SciFi City as quickly as possible. This is where the main roller coasters are, but before arriving at SciFi City, you'll have to go through New York. This didn't take long for us to go through, since most attractions here are either shows or rides that are more catered towards children and families. So unless you're traveling with your kids, then I would advise you to walk through this area and go straight to the next. SciFi City is where the two major rides are, Battlestar Galactica Human Red Track and Battlestar Galactica Cylon Grey Track. The red track is a seated roller coaster that twists and turns you over 14 stories into the air, while the grey track is a suspended roller coaster that goes up, around and upside down with many intense rolls. Here is a quick tip: run straight past these two attractions and assign yourself a locker straight away. Put all of your belongings in here, including your mobile phones, as the security guys have detectors, so don't try to sneak them on. After this, we grabbed ourselves a snack. You probably shouldn't eat much before this because it might cause you to get sick. So we got ourselves a corn dog and shared it, which gave us enough energy to move on to our next area, which is ancient Egypt.
Myself a corn dog.
That's like a battered sausage in Ireland, I think.
Yeah. And yeah, let's see what it's like.
You want to see the inside? Oh, okay. Yum.
It's good. $4. Not bad. A little snack for now. Gonna go on more attractions later.
Revenge of the Mummy. Now that's something you cannot miss. It is one of my favorite after the Hulkbuster in Orlando. Be prepared for this since it has fast accelerations, sudden drops. I won't spoil too much for you. Just be prepared for this one, and trust me, it is worth it. You can avoid the long waits by opting for the single rider's queue. However, I think it is much more enjoyable if you do this with a family or a friend.
I know.
Moving on is the Lost World. Here the main attraction is water theme called the Jurassic Park Rapids Adventure, where you sit on a raft flowing through rapid rivers. You should have a poncho for this. Watch out for the kind of footwear you're wearing, because you're most likely going to get soaked. If you don't have a poncho or spare shoes, don't worry, there are boots where you can dry yourself for a small fee. Or if you're traveling during the hotter seasons, you'll probably dry in no time. You can plan ahead by wearing some sports gear. Usually they are thin and made to dry quick. Other attractions are more for children, such as the Dinosaurin and the Canopy Flyer. The Canopy Flyer may be a bit scarier for the younger audience because of how high up you are. There is also a height restriction, so watch out for that. Next up is Far Away, and this is an area you'll probably want to spend a little bit more time in. There are a number of great attractions and shows. I really liked the theme, and the whole district was very picturesque. Just take your time here and enjoy the scenery. If you're starting to feel that the heat is getting to you or you're feeling tired, then go to the Shrek 4D adventure. You'll be able to rest and sit in an air-conned hall. The show itself is very enjoyable and different from all the other attractions. If you have the energy, then go to Puss in Boots Giant Journey. It is a unique one and the world's first of its kind. There is also a ride for infants inside the Fairy Godmother's potion shop. This shop is located on the same road as the Puss in Boots Giant Journey, and a mini Ferris wheel-like attraction is situated just in the back of the shop. At this point, we both grabbed a slush puppy from the shop, which is a real lifesaver.
Really good. small sips. Take big sips, you get brain freeze.
Yeah.
Finally, we're in Madagascar. Honestly, skip this unless you have time, then go to the Madagascar, a great adventure. Lines were really fast for this one, but if you have to queue any more than 30 minutes, then just skip, unless you enjoy a more slow ride. To end our trip, we went to Mel's Drive-In restaurant. I love the food here. We got the chicken burgers and you'll be very surprised as the buns come in black. The food was delicious, the chicken was very juicy and tender. If you're planning to eat a meal in Universal, then you should definitely visit this restaurant. Order yourself some cheesy chips. The cheese is hot and melted, which is just delicious. Oh, and make sure you order the Dino Nuggets. I know they're marketed towards kids, but they were so tasty. Here's a quick tip, avoid the grape soda. We got one with our meal and it tasted very sour. Well, that was our quick guide to Universal Studios. Let us know in the comment section below if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
So tender. So juicy. The bread's actually really soft.